This is just a video about my thoughts on some things in the Sasquatch field. It's a little bit of news. First of all, I know there's going to be the eventual fat jokes that are going to come my way. But you know what? I've been fat for over almost 30 years, okay? You know, we've all got some problems with our bodies. We got things that we'd like to improve about ourselves, don't we? Point is, I have actually lost 25 pounds since 2010. I used to be 295 pounds. I'm down to 270. So, you know, for all those that want to make fat jokes about me, hey, screw you. Because, you know, I like to quote Dusty Rhodes. You know, he said, you know, my butt's just a little bit big. My belly's just a little bit big. But I'm bad and they know I'm bad. So, to all my haters, well, you know what you can do with yourself. Anyhow, the big news in the Bigfoot world over the past week was the unfortunate and untimely passing of Bobby Short. Now, for those who are not familiar with Bobby Short, although I can't imagine too many Bigfooters that aren't familiar with Bobby Short. She was the she was the founder and the what's the word I'm looking for? Proprietor of BigfootEncounters.com, which is an absolute clearinghouse and a wealth of information. A font. She was known. Some I think it was Sharon Lee called her the font of information. And she passed away at the age of 76. She had told people for a long time that she was born in 1954. We found out actually she was born in 1936. And that she was a very private individual. She didn't like a lot of details to be told about herself or about her life. Bobby Short was not even her real name. But she ran perhaps the best Bigfoot website ever. And she was very much a pioneer of internet Sasquatch research. It's safe to say that without her, and also without Henry Franzoni and the Internet Virtual Bigfoot Conference, or the IVBC, I don't think we would have had the plethora of websites that we have now. The websites, the blogs, the news groups, including the Yahoo news groups. You know, Henry Franzoni had the Internet Virtual Bigfoot Conference, the IVBC, which he started in 1993. And actually Bobby took over as administrator on that news list after Henry left it for one reason or another. And, you know, we owe Henry Franzoni and Bobby Short a great debt. We really do. We owe them a great debt. And, you know, Bobby did a great service for everybody by collecting all these different reports and different newsletter articles, newspaper articles. She distributed an e-newsletter free of charge. She never charged for her newsletter, which was always a good thing. There's a website now which is kind of continuing the tradition. It's called Squatch Magazine, squatchmagazine.com, from the Georgia Bigfoot Society. It's kind of continuing the tradition of sending out an e-newsletter. And it's an excellent resource. But, you know, Bobby was a one of a kind. There's no question that she absolutely cared about the subject. Especially, I mean, after her own sighting in 1985 in Northern California. And Bobby and I, we had some disagreements, especially over the supposed massacre theory when it comes to the Patterson-Gimlin film. We did not see eye to eye about that. But I never took it personally. I think it was just philosophical disagreements over that. And I still respected Bobby quite highly, still do. And Bobby, we're going to miss you. We miss you already. I think that the Sasquatch community is poorer for having lost Bobby Short. And Abe Del Rio did a really excellent tribute show last Thursday night for Bobby. And I listened to it in its entirety. I actually was part of the show for about, I guess, 10 minutes last Thursday night. But it was a very, very good show. It was really well done. A fitting tribute to Bobby, really. But she will be missed. Next bit of news is about the Oxford-Lausanne Collateral Hominid Project, which announced about, I guess, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that they are actually planning to release their report excuse me, on the DNA study that was done. The DNA study that was undertaken by Dr. Brian Sykes and also by other prominent scientists. And the possible release date for that would be probably sometime late October, early November. So we're talking in that Halloween/Thanksgiving time period. Maybe released on Halloween, maybe before Halloween, maybe before Thanksgiving of this year. So that's something to really look forward to, in my opinion, if it comes off. I mean, hopefully they will have all the DNA testing done and have the results before then. I don't want them to rush it, though. I don't want to see them rush this. I know that a lot of people don't want to see them rush this either. We don't want a repeat of the Ketchum project. We don't want rushed results that, you know, where you're left scratching your head and wondering, what the heck did I just read? Or what the heck did I just hear here? we don't want to wind up in that regard. So I'm looking forward to the release of this, and I hope that it will be something that all of us can look at and say, yeah, this is the results they've come up with. Whether it's results that we agree with or disagree with, I'm fine either way. Even though I still think that Sasquatch is more human-like than ape-like. Still, if it comes out to be a gigantic ape, if it comes out to be Gigantopithecus, I'm perfectly fine with that. But, and then, let's see, Cliff Barackman's coming out with his Bigfoot Road Trip DVD sometime next month. He's going to be releasing that, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. He actually has a new preview up. It's kind of a 9-minute capsule of the Sasquatch Summit from 2011, the John Green tribute, which Cliff attended. I was there, of course, as well. And it's a really well done 9-minute tribute video, or 9-minute capsule or capsulization of the entire event. And Cliff and Craig Flippy is the cameraman, does a great job on it, by the way. Really, there's not a whole lot going on in the Sasquatch field right now. Just not a whole lot. There are some things as far as hoaxers are concerned that I personally really don't want to discuss at this point, because I like to focus on the positive stuff and not on the negative stuff. But I do feel it's important to expose the hoaxers and tell the world that, you know, these people are trying to bamboozle everybody. I certainly don't want to see anybody all of a sudden especially newbies coming into this. I don't want to see newbies come into this and see that sometimes see that we're caught with our pants down and not policing our own ranks. I think it's extremely important to police our own ranks as well. We should. And this is going out to you hoaxers out there. Don't think for a minute that, especially you repeat hoaxers, the ones that committed hoaxes a few years ago and then came back and thought you were going to fool everybody again. You know, The Who had a great song, "Won't Get Fooled Again." And they were exactly right. We won't get fooled again. You know, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Well, you know, unfortunately, sometimes the new boss is the same as the old boss when it comes to the hoaxing and things like that. But I do encourage a lot of our friends out there, a lot of the good researchers, to continue on, carry on, as John Green has always said. And I just hope that the Sasquatch community will all come together as a collective and not all have these factions where we're off to one side or off to another side. I think that's one thing that's really killing us, is all these factions. And I think it's rather unfortunate that we have this we have such professional jealousy between factions and things like that, where everybody's got to be first, where this person has to be first with the evidence, first with this, first with that. Well, in my opinion, it's pretty much a waste of time. And I think that there should be a collective of researchers that should get together and not split apart. Certainly there are things that in the Sasquatch field, as far as theories, that I don't agree with, but I like to separate the theories from the people. For instance, M.K. Davis. M.K., if you watch this, I want you to know that I'm no longer angry at you. You know, I don't agree with the massacre stuff, but at the same time, you know, I don't have the energy to be mad at you anymore. I mean, why should I be mad at you? It doesn't make any sense. I think that if we ever do reconcile as friends, that'd be fine. I mean, if not, I mean, if you feel that we should not reconcile as friends, then so be it. But if you feel that, you know, our friendship should be given another opportunity, then that's fine. But I think it's important for us to at least make an attempt to become friends again. But if not, that's fine too. But anyway, there's several conferences coming up. Eric Altman's putting one together in September. I think September 28th was the date he said. It's supposed to be held in Ohio, which is interesting because Ohio was always traditionally the spot for the Ohio Bigfoot Conference and also for the Creature Weekend. So, you know, what can Eric bring to the table? It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure. I'm a longtime friend of Eric's, and I have utmost faith in him that he will do something good. Whether that means bringing in additional speakers from outside, or I don't know, but I'm hoping that it'll be something good, and I'm sure it will be something good. Anyway, those are just some thoughts from this quadrant, and I guess we'll see you guys later. Take care.